Hello friends, this is Holmes, a first-time farmer over 50. Welcome to the homestead and Happy New Year. Today is January the 1st of 2026 and we're starting on our next project. So if you've been watching our videos, the previous videos you've seen were concerning the 6-acre project that we worked on in 2025, and for the first half of 2026 we're going to be working on the Northeast Pasture and the Northwest Pasture. And this is the Northeast Pasture here. We're right here on the edge of the yard looking east. Can't see a whole lot because of the cedar trees and the other stuff, but we're going to walk around a little bit so you can take a look, get a better vantage of what we're going to be doing. So this area here, this is called the old foundation. This is where my dad was first started to build a house and had it dug out, put in a footer, and then decided to go a different route. So this has always been a hole in the ground my entire life, and we've always just thrown stuff down in here, you know, yard waste, branches, trees, whatever, just ended up down in there. So it's always been overgrown, but we're going to get in here and get this cleared up to some degree. There's piles and piles of stuff in here, and those will remain. But the stuff that's growing is, some of the stuff that's growing is going to go away. So we have way too many trees, like you can see right there. Those 3 trees, just, they're within, you know, basically a 2 square foot area. That just is not going to work. So the smaller ones will come out. We'll probably leave the bigger one. I'm not sure what type of tree that is, but we're going to let it go for at least for the time being. And I have these marked off. These are basically 1/10 of an acre sections, about 42 feet wide, about 130 feet long. So, and they range anywhere from 1/10 of an acre to 0.12. So, looking back. You can see down in there stuff that has a dead ash tree laying in there. Just all kinds of messy stuff. So I'm going to climb down in there first thing and start working my way from the inside out. So this is going to be the majority of the work, I feel. And then once I get this finished, and then we'll start working in the lower portion. And you can look right there, you can see the footer that was put in around 1955, 56, I would guess. Somewhere around there. My parents moved out here in 1957. And then this, where it looks kind of relatively flat, well, this is where all the dirt from that foundation dig ended up. You got this interesting hill here. It's rather steep. And we have some trees here on the hillside that are going to come out. This area has already been worked on quite a bit, cleaned up over the last couple of years, so not a whole lot needs to be done down in here, but there are a few more trees that need to come out. You can see that pink flag right there in the center of the screen. That's my ending point. So this is what we're looking at. And then you can see this great big pile of stuff that I've been throwing things in for the last several years. This area here was totally overgrown with honeysuckle when I started on it in January of 2022. And all that honeysuckle ended up over here. And then most recently, we have a ornamental pear tree in the front yard of my house. And I trimmed that up this fall. Oh, and if you heard that, that's Larry the rooster. But yeah, I trimmed up the pear tree, brought those branches out here, and they dumped them. So all adding to the organic material. That's a big stand of honeysuckle right there. That's going to go. There's some more honeysuckle. And then right up here, this is a stand of forsythia. We used to have forsythia lining the yard. We planted those back in 1975, so 51 years ago. We didn't plant them here though. These are just the result of trimmings that were dumped in here, and they just took root. So for the most part, I'm going to leave those, and we might do some transplanting of those at a later date. But that's what we're looking at. So we're going to be working on this week. So you'll get updated videos tomorrow and for a few days to come. So we certainly appreciate you watching. Please hit like and subscribe and ring that bell. And we look forward to seeing you again in the future. But if not, we will see you in the pasture.